Hello and welcome back to the channel. Motions Biz here again, and today I would like to share with you reasons why your credit limit increase request can get denied. And yes, indeed, it is still very possible that this type of requests can get denied. So we will talk about some possible reasons so you will have an idea, especially to new Navy Federal members, so you will be aware of this and try to avoid these things or increase your chances by making sure that you make the right moves. First, let's get started with these reasons why a credit limit increase can get denied. So I have about 6 items here, okay? So now if you know of any other reason based on your experience or other members' experience that you know of, and do share that here. You can add that here as number 7, number 8, number 9, okay? But I have 6 major ones that I'm aware of that are possible reasons why you can get denied. And in fact, you can also actually get this type of message on the denial letter that you will receive from Navy Federal if your credit limit increase request was denied. And yes, if you are a new member and not aware of this, you will get a denial letter from Navy Federal when you get denied for a credit limit increase. And they will also state all the reasons why their decision is such. Okay, so let's go ahead with the number 1 reason why a credit limit increase request can get denied, and that is you have not met, or the 91.3 rule with Navy Federal has not been met. Now, what is the 91.3 rule? Of course, you must have had that credit card for at least 91 days or more. I mean, just to play safe, I always still tell people not to stop counting at the 91 days, to be safe and to make sure that you don't miss out on those few days right before that 91 days, is that go ahead and make it maybe 93 or 95 or even 100 days to really make sure that you have met that requirement. Now, another thing is that you need to have 3 billing statements. And this is where a lot of members actually kind of stumbled before, because they have 3 billing statements but did not realize that the initial billing statement or the following statement is not a complete billing statement, and that is likely to happen if your credit card is brand new. Now, for example, you got denied for that credit limit increase just because you missed out on a few days. Now, the question is, do you have to wait another 3 months or another 91.3 or 6 months before you can go ahead and ask for another credit limit increase, before you can try again? And the answer is no, you do not have to wait for another 91.3 or 6 months. What you can do is that just make sure that you complete that 91 days from the date that you got approved for that credit card. So just add a few days, maybe even a week to be sure, and request a credit limit increase again. And you can do that. Number two possible reason why a credit limit increase can get denied is that maybe you have already reached your maximum credit limit on that particular credit card. Now, what this means is that, let's say, all the credit cards with Navy Federal has a $50,000 credit limit. Now, except for the flagship, which can go up to 80K. But a combined credit limit of 80,000 is the maximum limit for Navy Federal for its unsecured credit cards. So we did have a member who was already at, I think, 78 or 79 K credit limit combined with all his credit cards, and he requested a credit limit increase. Now, guess what? He was approved for about 8K. But after a few weeks, I think, he shared, I think it was after a few weeks, if I remember right, they actually took that out and they capped him at 80K. Now, there are also times wherein members who got denied for a credit limit increase will actually get a denial letter which states that they have reached the maximum credit limit at that time. So what it means is that you have reached the maximum credit limit that Navy Federal is actually willing to give you at that time. So there can be a lot of reasons, but it does not mean that you will not have an opportunity again in the future to be able to increase your credit limit. Number three reason can be that you have a late payment on that credit card. Navy Federal is known to be quite sensitive to late payments on a credit card. Of course, this is a case by case basis. Now, there are folks who still got approved for a credit limit increase when they had a late payment, but they were not able to get the maximum credit limit increase. And I know this for one, because one of our community members have actually shared that this happened to her. And she was in fact informed by a Navy Federal representative, the reason why she was not able to get the maximum credit limit increase when she requested a reconsideration. Number four, possible reason why a credit limit increase can get denied is that a member may have a very high utilization on one credit card or on all credit cards. And Navy Federal is sensitive to utilization as well. So if you requested for a credit limit increase and you are close to maxing out your credit cards or even maxed out your credit cards, there is lesser chance of getting approved. But like I said, again, it still can happen. So just try to keep your utilization decent, at least below 30%. 30% is already a lot, but if you try to keep it low, then you are likely to get the maximum credit limit increase request if you also met the rest of Navy Federal's requirements. Number five, and another very common reason for denial for a credit limit increase request, and that is you may have a low Navy Federal credit score even if you have a decent personal credit profile. And again, this is why relationship building is very, very relevant to Navy Federal, because it does add to your internal credit score. And the internal credit score is separate from the credit score that bureaus are using. Navy Federal has their own internal scoring, and that ranges anywhere from 100 to 450. Now, nobody really knows what the formula is and what is the equivalent of that when it comes to calculating that or relating that with your personal credit score. But the most important thing is that your internal credit score really improves if you build a relationship with Navy Federal. Now, that includes making direct deposits, using their products, and yes, some denial letters actually contain statements saying that one of the reasons for denial is that there is less use of other Navy Federal products, and that is a fact. I have made quite a few videos on how to build a relationship with Navy Federal to boost your internal credit score. So I will share some links below if you can check on those, just to help you with your journey on really improving your internal credit score so you have a bigger chance of getting approved for higher limits on credit cards and also getting the maximum amounts on your credit limit increase requests. Number six and last on my list is that if you have any DROGs on your personal credit report, that will likely affect your chances as well, especially if that shows on your Equifax report. So anyway, of course, if you have any other items that you want to add to this list, please include that in the comment section below. And let me know if you have any ideas that you want to share, any personal experience with being denied for a credit limit increase request, and that would really be very helpful in this community. This is MotionsBiz again, and thank you for continuing to support the channel. I appreciate you very much. Have a great day. Have a blessed day. Have an amazing day.